I'm Nick. Welcome to All Our Questions, where I search the internet for questions that we all want answers to, and I answer them. Today's question is, who is St. Patrick? We're going to find out, and we're starting right now. St. Patrick is not just a made-up guy, and it's not just a made-up holiday. He's actually a real person, and even though the exact date of his birth is not known, it is thought that he was born somewhere around 385 AD. St. Patrick is also a patron saint of Ireland, also known as the Apostle of Ireland, along with a big list of other names, so if he was alive today, his business card would be pretty impressive. Despite being one of the most recognizable names in Irish culture, you might be surprised to find out that St. Patrick was actually British. And real quick, down in the comments below, let me know if you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and if you do, what do you like to do? St. Patrick was captured by Irish raiders as a teenager and sent to Ireland to work as a slave. This photo is the location of where he is believed to have worked as a shepherd at some point during his 6 years of slavery. St. Patrick managed to escape and get back to Britain, where he spent many years in religious training, and eventually he was granted priesthood and made his way back to Ireland, where he managed to convert the entire country to Catholicism over the next 30 years. He even converted members of the Irish monarchy. St. Patrick was eventually appointed the first bishop of Ireland, and it's believed that he died on March 17th, 461. Within just a few years of St. Patrick's death, he began to be celebrated as a holy saint, and even though he's never been canonized by the Pope, he's still looked at as an official saint in the eyes of the church. A myth that I have to mention surrounding St. Patrick, because there are no snakes in Ireland. I'm serious about that. An Irish friend mentioned this to me, and I personally didn't believe it. And I googled around a little bit, and it seems like it's legit. Irish doesn't have any snakes, so shout out to you, Donald, for bringing this to my attention. It's a pretty cool tidbit. Anyway, a legend suggests that there used to be a lot of snakes in Ireland until St. Patrick chased them all into the Irish Sea. However, it's actually believed that this legend is actually just making a reference to St. Patrick converting everyone to Catholics, which basically got rid of all of the pagans, who apparently all had tattoos of snakes at the time. The celebration of St. Patrick's Day began as a feast in Ireland. Families would gather to honor St. Patrick on the day of his death on March 17th. As this date falls within the fasting period of Lent, the church decreed that fasting may be paused on this day in order to hold the feast. Go church. The St. Patrick's Day that most of us celebrate today, you know, with everybody wearing green and drinking green beer and, you know, having parades and stuff like that, that originated in the United States in the 20th century. Hundreds of thousands of Irish immigrants fled to the USA to escape the potato famine. They used St. Patrick's Day to remember their homeland. As the Irish community grew and the celebrations expanded, eventually it came to involve non-Irish people. Eventually, the day became a secular celebration of Irish culture. Wearing green clothing originates from the green shamrock, and the tradition of heavy drinking can be traced back to the break in Lent to allow for drinking in celebration of the saint. As the economy boomed after World War II, marketers saw an opportunity to profit from this holiday, as they usually do, which is why St. Patrick's Day is now celebrated pretty much throughout the whole Western world. If you are celebrating this year, have a happy St. Patrick's Day, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you are not already subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button somewhere on this page so you can get more answers to all our questions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.